Hello there and welcome back. Today we are making one of my inventor meals, as I like to call them. It's pretty much I'm working with what I already have and I don't know what I'm cooking. So today what we're doing is I had a big thing of, well, not a big thing, but I had a decent sized acorn squash that I had to cook, so I roasted that. And I guess I'm gonna make yellow rice with it. And then I had bought yesterday some General Tso's seasoning. Jennifer Tao seasoning. And on the bottom, if you notice, it says it's vegan right up there. So I figured I'll make this with some tofu that I have there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm preparing my tofu. So I already opened the container. Let me show you which kind I got. I just got some regular tofu. From what I think, they said extra firm is good. So see, some regular tofu. You drain out all the liquid, and then now I'm gonna show you how to you gotta put paper towels down on the paper and put a weight on it to drain out the tofu. I'll show you in a second. Put the paper towels down. So you gotta drain out your tofu. Now they sell a tofu press, but you really don't need a tofu press. Put the tofu down. Put the paper towels over it. And then put a weight on it. So now we'll leave this here for a little while. Let as much, well, I'll figure out a better weight, I guess, but we gotta put a weight on it so the water gets out of it, since it sits in water. And as much as you get the moisture out, then we'll prepare it. And voila. So now we let this press all the moisture out and give it about a half hour, and then we'll check on it. So here's the acorn squash that I said that I baked. I literally just baked it whole, slabbed some, or cut some holes in it, and I didn't season it or anything. I let it bake for a few hours until it was soft, and I also roasted the garlic next to it. So I'm still figuring out what I'm gonna do with this. I'm probably gonna season some or steam some broccoli that I had there frozen, and cut up some onions with some minced garlic with the roasted garlic, and probably mix the broccoli and this together. So we'll see. I'm debating on what I'm going to do with it. But this is what I call an inventor meal. I just pretty much work on what I know I already like, what I have home, the flavors I know I like, and make a meal based on it. And I mean, as long as you work with what you know you like, you shouldn't go wrong, right? Right. And then I'll make me some yellow rice. And now I have roasted peppers that I'm going to try to put in my yellow rice like the regular Spanish people do. So hopefully it gives it the kick that I want. Oh, and then I guess I'm going to also probably fry some plantains and mix my spinach with my broccoli and my eggplant squash. No, acorn squash. My fault. Now, the only thing I'm really going to show you how to do in this meal is probably the tofu. Everything else, like I said, is just things we already know how to cook, like rice, steamed broccoli. I mean, if you don't know how to steam broccoli and season it, I guess there's a problem. But the acorn squash, all I did was roast it, so I'm probably gonna season it later. Maybe I'll show you me seasoning it with the broccoli, but I mean, it's really not much cooking that I'm doing. I'm only gonna do the tofu noodle, so that I'll show you. And then the rice, I mean, if you don't know how to make a pot of rice, I can't show you because I'm not the best at making the rice. I just was taught a few different ways, and I go based on what I know, and then from there it's either sometimes a hit or sometimes a miss. So I'm not gonna share the rice. Maybe we'll find someone else to show us how to do the rice. But for the rice, I mean, it's simple, right? But just doing on what you know you already like. That's it. But the tofu, I definitely will show you how to do it, and then I guess I'll show you my finished plate so you can see it's nothing to eat in vegan. It's literally vegetables, rice, and grains, and beans. It's easy. If I can do it, trust me, you can do it. But as soon as my tofu, I guess, dries out, we're gonna break it up and season it and let it marinate in that sauce before we get to cooking. Kind of excited. So now we're gonna check on our tofu. I definitely had it here longer than a half hour. Yes. And see, I changed the wrapper once already. I forgot to tell you, you know, it's good to change it. You see how wet it is? Look. I could probably definitely change the wrapper again and let it drain out some more. But I'm not. I already changed it twice. Oh. It still has some kind of liquid in it, but it's as drained as I'm going to get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it in pieces. Doesn't matter how the pieces is. And then we're going to, look how it breaks up. So I'm just going to break this in pieces, as you see. And we're going to put it in a Tupperware so it can marinate. Because for everything that I read with the tofu, or all recipes that I read, it's like a sponge, as you see. So it absorbs whatever flavors you put in it. So we don't have bland tofu. We're going to let it marinate in the General Tso seasoning, and we're going to season it. So let me get my Tupperware. So I used a bunch of seasonings I had in the cupboard. Put them all together. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to season our tofu with this, and then we're going to put the marinade in it. So just stick our tofu in there. Now it doesn't matter if they're big, small, because as I cook it, they're going to shrink up. See? And now, I didn't think this through. How am I? See? And then, oh. Hold on, let me get the lid for this so I can shake it. And then just shake it. Like my cool trick, right? So, it's hard to do it with one hand, but we're just going to shake it. Mix it all up. And then I'm going to add some sofrito to this right before I put in the seasoning. Or the General Tso seasoning. See now? See? That works pretty good. So now all of it's not coated, so I mean that's fine. It's gonna get mixed up. So now I'm gonna take my sauce and mix it up in here. So I put the sofrito in like I said I would. Now for the General Tso stir fry sauce. Trying to open this bag was hard. So we're just gonna pour it on, let it marinate. So now pour it on. Get all of the goodness. Mix it up. Oh, it's hard to mix with one hand. Mix it all up. And then let it marinate just a little bit. And as soon as my rice is almost done and my broccoli is almost done, then we're going to fry this bad boy. Which it shouldn't take no time to cook anyway. And honestly, when it comes to tofu, the longest time that takes to prepare it is draining out your liquid. So you just let that sit there and marinate while we wait for our rice. My tofu tastes just a little bit spicy. I hope it's not the seasonings I added to it. And I hope it's not spicy once I cook it down. But like I said, I'm letting that marinate. Letting it sit for a little while. My rice is almost done. It's just a little too mushy. I must have put some little bit of water. So I'm just letting it cook out for a little bit. And then letting my broccoli steam a little bit more. And then once that's done, I'll take the broccoli. Probably season it with some garlic we have. And some onions with the what I have, spinach and the roasted garlic I had yesterday with the squash, the acorn squash I have. Probably, you know, season them, mix them all together. That would be my vegetables. And then I have the rice and then the tofu. I was gonna add beans, but I decided not to. There's my rice. It looks good, but like I said, it's a little mushy still. I'm still gonna eat it. I don't care. And there's that was smart. My broccoli. It's almost done. I just want it softer. I actually got lunch done early. Or almost done early, which is great. I ain't got to worry about cooking nothing later. I meant lunch as in for lunch tonight. So it would be dinner. Right? Yeah. Wow, dinner done this early? Oh well, I got some for lunch and then maybe some later for actual dinner. And then I'm gonna fry up some plantains. Kinda excited. My dinner smells good. And what I picked at, it already tastes good. Can't wait to eat. I hope my tofu comes out pretty good. This is legit the first time I've ever made tofu. I've had General Tso's tofu once before, maybe twice, so hopefully I did good. We'll see. Either way, I got to eat it. So now I'm just waiting for my oil to get hot. I put a little bit of oil in my pan so I can cook my tofu. And so now we're just gonna cook it, so I guess till it's crispy, probably about 5 minutes. Now it's gonna be hard for me to do this for one hand, so I'll be back. Now when you do it, I'm assuming you want your pan to be really hot because you gotta remember tofu, like a sponge, it absorbs, so you don't want it to absorb your oil. You definitely want it to be crispy and not soggy. So definitely going to put it up just a little bit to make my pan hot so this gets nice and crispy. Definitely looks like chicken. And I guess the General Tso's seasoning I had with the seasonings that I seasoned my tofu with is kind of a little spicy, but not too bad. Like I said, I'm trying to wait till it gets a little crispy. It looks done. I don't think tofu takes no time to cook. Now that my tofu is done and it's cooled down, let's see how it tastes. Not bad at all. I just wish it was a little bit more crunchier, but it could be because of the sauce that I put. Other than that, it's not bad. A little spicy, but I like it. I'm happy. Gives me a little bit more confidence to try cooking with more tofu and seeing if I could master it. But I'm definitely going to try it again. Probably just seeing if I can make it fried. And we'll go from there. But as of this General Tso seasoning, so my own version of General Tso's tofu, I like it. So now I'm going to definitely eat it later. With my, what I made, yellow rice and the pigeon peas. And I tried the tomato, the roasted tomato I put in there. It looks pretty good. I left it in the pot longer so it can dry up a little bit more. So we're about to eat that. And then I took the acorn squash. I mixed it with spinach, onions, the roasted garlic. I seasoned it a little bit with a little bit of garlic salt and I think some more onion and garlic powder. And I chopped some onion in there and put the broccoli in there with some fresh garlic, letting that cook a little bit. And what else am I having today? I think that's it. Oh, and I might fry some plantains later. I don't know, but other than that, I'm looking forward to my lunch later. Well, as always, thank you for tuning in with me here on the Really Picky Vegan. And until next time, guys, bye. And don't forget to like, follow, and share with my friend, or share my page with your friends, because you never know who's truly interested on what us vegans can eat besides a salad. And as you see, there's a lot of options. And also, as you see, ain't nothing to it. It's really easy on, as they say, cooking vegan. Can't stand when people say, I don't know how to cook vegan. It's not hard. And I'll continue to show you guys how easy it is. Well, until next time. Bye. Before I officially go, that's the broccoli and the onions with the roasted garlic and the acorn squash. I think that's done. And then there's my rice. Definitely gonna fry me some plantains because that's what this meal is missing, and an avocado, but I don't have avocados. Well, now I'm really gonna go. Until next time, guys. Bye.